Maggie has been a great actor on stage and on screen since the early 60s. She was one of the shining stars of the original National Theatre Company under Laurence Olivier. She played Desdemona to Olivier's Othello. She was winning Oscars in the 60s for films like The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. She has never stopped being a great actor right through the second half of the 20th century. What happens when an actress reaches a certain age? The great parts are harder to come by. But give a truly great actor a part like this, and it reminds you what they've always been. But I think even in the career of Maggie Smith, this is a major high point. The part was written for Maggie, but I think she will choose what to play on instinct. It'll be an instinctive physical and spiritual connection that she makes that she won't talk about, and why should she?
Extraordinary to work with Maggie Smith on this and to observe and kind of work out what it is that she does.
But I'm in dire need of assistance. I'm a sick woman. Dying, possibly. I'm just looking for a last resting place, somewhere to lay my head.
It's quite a brave thing for an actress who could now be retreating into the role of national treasure to come out and play this rather grumpy woman.
Don't sweetheart me. I'm a sick woman. I think she was actually very unpleasant. And also sort of one-track minded. 1.5 inches is the ideal gap. I came across that in a Catholic motoring magazine under tips on Christian parking. I mean, that was what was sort of odd going from stage to screen. It was very hard to gauge because she was so forceful and loud. You can't take it back, which is what you always feel you do on film, is to reduce things. But there was no way of reducing that woman.
Stop! Don't anyone take it! It's hard!
Nothing would stand in her way, and that was the way, and she wanted peace and quiet.
Do you have a problem?
They were making a noise!
They're children!
I am a sick woman!
She was vile to all the children who lived in Gloucester Crescent. She was abysmally ungrateful, but she was herself. She had an independence and a dignity which you get shining through Maggie's performance.
What are you doing? Looking at my things?
Well, I thought you might be ill or dead.
Dead? Me? She was just out there. Always fighting her corner, you know, I think. But I'm disabled. I don't always use a walking stick that pulls the wool over people's eyes. She isn't subtle. I think that's a basic problem. But I am a bona fide resident of Camden.
Maggie obviously has a ferocious independence, a ferocious wit, which I'm not sure Miss Shepherd had, but in the transcription of the many extraordinary things she said, Alan is looking for an actor who can suggest how funny they are without acting funny.
We thought you might like some pears. They're from our garden in Suffolk.
Pears repeat on me.
And that's one of the things that Maggie does better than anybody else on the planet.
I don't even know your name.
It's Miss Shepherd. But I wouldn't want it bandied about. I'm in an incognito position, possibly.
Maggie's brilliant at riding the line between, you know, being Miss Shepherd in all her glorious kind of unapologetic grumpiness and also breaking our hearts when we get to peel back a layer or two.
It won't look as if I'm being taken away, will it?
Taken away where?
Where they take people, because they're not right.
What Maggie brings as the film progresses is a real sense of waste, a real sense of regret. Now, I'm not sure that Alan would claim that he had that insight during her life. That insight came with his discovery of her past.
I was studying incognito at Paris.
But what? What were you studying?
Music.
Maggie uses everything we know now about who Miss Shepherd was gradually to unfold an inner life which I find now, watching it, devastating.
Will you write about me?
I don't know.
This is incredibly good material, but what she does with it, scene by scene, and what she does with it over the architecture of the movie, the way she slowly reveals the inner life, the sense of waste, the sense of regret. It's something else. It's something completely remarkable.
Well, you won't often have been given flowers.
Who says?
She's formidable, and I felt really privileged to be acting opposite this person doing giving an extraordinary performance.
Maggie never looks for our sympathy. Miss Shepherd didn't look for Alan Bennett's sympathy. She looked for a patch of ground, and she lived there, and she worked the situation for everything she could work it for.
Well, Miss Shepherd is a very sad soul, and I don't think we know enough about her, but she ended up with Alan Bennett. And I think that was quite a nice fate for somebody who was as lost as she was.